Good morning, guys. How is everyone? The time is 7:07 and I've been over the canal bank having a sun gaze, and now I've come to the tree museum. At my bag. And just take a look at that sky. The sun was out, beautiful. It's risen now, and I'm hoping that while we're here you'll still be able to see it. But there's birds everywhere. That noise is amazing, isn't it? It's like a machine gun. And I've heard the woodpecker here, so I'm thinking that the woodpeckers may be making a nest in a tree here rather than up there. Right. What I want to talk about. I suppose the thing for me to talk about really is well, I'm going to talk about Alfie. Now, yesterday I went out with Alfie. It was my day with him, and we go for walks, and he is free to be whoever he wants to be, however he wants to be it, as long as I know he is safe and not putting himself in any harm. And so yesterday, the video that you can see is of Alfie and me out for a walk. Now, I engage him, but only when really I think we need to make a move from where we are, or if he's asking me, if he's inviting me, or if I need to know which way we're going. Apart from that, I let him do his own thing, really. And what I realised is there are no rules for Alfie. When he puts his arms behind his back and kind of then stretches them out, he's flying. Do you understand? He is flying. And when he picks up a sword, stick, it is either a sword or a wand that can do magic. And he talks to people that I can't see, but he can see them. And he is creating and manifesting his own reality, as long as we enable, or I enable him to do that. The moment that I start to say, Alfie, come here, do this, do that, do the next thing, he cannot do that which he wishes to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I would never say to Alfie, what you are hearing and seeing is not real. Because how do I know that? How do I know this is real? Do you understand what I'm saying? How do I know I'm not in some room that is completely blank walls, and I enter and throw my imagination onto those blank walls, and this is what we've got? And I can record that information and actually send it to you. So I'm actually walking round and round in a white room, and I am creating all of this. And in some sense that is exactly what I'm doing, because I am recording my reality, and other people then watch it. Now, even as I record my reality, I am going to be focused on maybe different things than you would be if you had created this reality. But what I'm trying to say is, how do I know that this is real? And what right do I have to say to Alfie that what he is manifesting, what he is creating in his magical mind is fake and not real? So I've been pondering this one rather a lot because of Ezekiel. I really did feel, there was something in me that day telling me, don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. If you listen to that video, it's very hard for me to get those words out. And do you want to know why, guys? Well, I shall tell you. Because I'm in control of the camera, but you're in control of the video at your end. So you can turn it off now if you like. You don't have to listen. Anyway, let's... I like my spliff. When I was younger, I got bullied a lot. It all began because I moved from Liverpool to Coventry and I had the most appalling accent. And so, in fact, the teacher actually ridiculed me on my first day when I was 7, 8 years old, and made me stand at the front and speak in front of this whole group of strange people I'd never met before, and my fellow pupils. And I stood there and I talked, and she would keep asking me questions, and then she'd laugh and they'd all laugh. And basically I was ridiculed for about half an hour. It felt like half a lifetime. For any of you who've been in that situation, you'll know what I mean. And she was an authority figure. And it was my first day and I couldn't really do anything about it. And in some senses I'd heard my mum and dad speaking, and we'd moved there at the beginning of the summer holidays to give us all time to make friends, and my dad was a teacher anyway, so he'd gone from sort of being a miner to studying night school and became a teacher of construction. All teachers are teachers of constructions really, aren't they? Building. And I'd heard them talking because I used to give my bed to Jesus every night, and I would sleep on the floor, and I would sometimes go and sleep out in the hallway, and it was nice to hear my parents' voices, very reassuring. And I would hear sometimes their conversation, not always. I didn't know what it was about, and sometimes it was just that comforting sound to just get me to drift off to sleep. But I knew that they wanted us to be settled there because we were close to little grandma and big grandma and our extended family. So when I came home from school and I'm asked what was school like, I just said it was good. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. And then I got bullied further when I told a friend I made. She was very brave actually to become my friend, but I think she was actually looking for a reason to break friendship with me. But I told her, about my dad and about my mum and what they did, and that my dad spoke to spirits and she didn't really understand what that meant, and I told her because that's what my dad did. I knew that he went and he taught in college, but I'd never seen him do that, but I had seen him heal people and contact spirits. And she asked me if I did, and I told her about Jesus, and I told her about other friends that I had and their names, and I shouldn't have done it, because the next time she actually got bullied by this group, what she did was put the rope around my neck. Do you know what I mean? And it was almost like, well, you might think I'm stupid, but her there, ooh, Yeah, and I, after that, very rarely told anybody about anyone that I was speaking to, because for all I know, I'm like Alfie. Do you understand what I'm saying? But for all you know, or we know, this isn't real. And I am seeing and hearing what I am seeing and hearing. How do you know about my reality? This is what I told those bullies all those years ago. You know, it's not about the fact that I can hear them and see them. It's more worrying, if I was you, that you can't. And when it happened in the shower, I thought to myself, I'll share this, because you never know, there may be other people out there who can actually understand where I'm at and maybe thinking, well, yeah, I keep getting these. It's not voices, and people need to get over the voices thing. It's like a transference. It's like me giving you the feelings, the visuals, and the sounds all wrapped up into one, and instantaneously. Anyway, I decided after putting that video up, I thought, you know, and I decided then that I wasn't going to talk about Ezekiel again. And then I was lying by the fire. I had Alfie yesterday, and I think that was eye-opening for me, actually being able to spend that time with Alfie and watch him and see myself in him. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are some children who need a physical thing in their hand, you know, like a toy car or a doll, a game. Hear the woodpecker, it's here somewhere. They need a physical thing, but Alfie doesn't. He has all his resources within. He doesn't need the external ones. Yes, occasionally he'll pick up a stick, and that will be whatever he wants it to be. But he doesn't need that. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I guess there are people, well, the more adults really, who need the physical. They need the proof. They need it in their hands. They need to hold it, to touch it, to smell it, to taste it. This, because they cannot do that with their imagination. And I guess I wanted to talk about that, because when we're listening to what other people say, we do use all our own judgments. We do use our own experience, and we do kind of decide on our own kind of beliefs and ways of being, and what we've read and who we've listened to and what we've researched ourselves to judge other people, and to say, well, that's fictitious, or that's do you believe what she just said? Nah, neither do I. It was all in her mind. Well, yes, it was all in my mind and my heart and my being. Anyway, I shall labour that no more. But when I'm doing this walk, I'm doing it for a reason. It's not to necessarily please other people or to fit in with the parameters and the rules that they lay down. There are no rules, do you understand? It is free will. It is whatever I will, I do. Hey ho. Anyway, a bit about the OPPT. All I'm trying to say with that, guys, is this. Look, my light is not working. Always bring two. Here's my other one. That's better. When we are observing other people, try to step out of your own borders, your own limitations, and don't put those onto other people. Do you understand what I mean? I'm talking about me as well, you know, about all of us, because this is what we do. We have our box, and if it doesn't fit in our box, then it's not allowed, you know. And I need to stop doing this, because what it's actually doing is limiting other people. It's saying, no, that can't be real, that can't be true, because it doesn't fit with my box. Well, that is your life, this is my life. Do you understand what I'm saying? And yeah, let's catch ourselves on a bit when we're doing that, shall we? I mean, it's very difficult for people who are recording stuff that is, let's take chemtrails for example. You know, people are recording chemtrails, they're giving their thoughts, and often the comments that are at the end of the video are people saying things like, oh, load of rubbish, mate, or that's contrail, or it's nothing to do with geoengineering, it's blah 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 blah, or whatever their particular take on it is. And we almost kind of say to the person, you know, I don't believe you, or no, you've got that a bit wrong. I think you know, everybody is where they're at and should be allowed, and it's a bit like trying to force your opinion onto somebody else. Well, you know, I believe the Catholic religion is right and you believe the Protestant one is, and you're wrong and I'm right, and I'm going to tell everybody that. Alright, so I think I need to be very aware of that. Whether you decide to or not is of course your choice, because it's a free will society. Ah, and his ball's still. And the other thing I want to talk about is OPPT, and I'm going to do that up at the beach, because I'm going to go up that way now. So for now, keep looking up, and remember to enjoy life, live it, and believe your own truth, people. You know, I mean, Gandhi said, even in a minority of one, the truth is still the truth. And I agree with that statement. You know, you could have, in fact they did this, I did this for my colour thing for my Master NLP course, about colours and emotions. And you can ask people to define, say, a colour green, and you can get like over 700 different types of green when you ask people to give a bit more structure to it. So everybody's looking at the same colour green, but there are as many different answers as there are individuals when you ask them to give a bit more detail and tell you what that colour means to them. When in all intents and purposes everybody is looking at the same colour, or everybody's looking at the same sky and seeing, some seeing chemtrails, some seeing contrails, some seeing it's overcast, and others saying it's just the time of year. Right, so keep looking up, Remember to enjoy life, live it. And yeah, doesn't that look like an eye on there? A lot of these trees have got all seeing eyes. It's quite amazing, and some of them have had them painted on. But for now, from Abby and Honey, wherever she is, I can hear her over there, and my muddy cold toes. It's freezing today, freezing. The water that's over there is frozen. My feet are very cold, but the sky's looking promising today. Right, catch you in a moment. Bye. Bum.